Yikes, you be like, hey yo, what's the price? Yikes, when it come to me, I do nothing twice. Yikes, 223, got you taking.
We just got a 2963 Park. The churches, an employee has been shot.
I felt like it had to have been some type of setup.
They say the argument happened at this drive-through window behind me.
To see her do something like that, I was like, wow. And wow, I knew it was coming because she's always been wow.
Just to clear the air, I don't give a fuck about how nobody feel about me. Keep feeling it.
I had family live directly down the street from where she grew up at, so like first cousins and stuff. So.
Monday, July 8th, 2024. The Memphis Police Department responded to a shooting at a Church's Chicken on Park Avenue in Orange Mound shortly after 9 p.m. Upon arrival, officers discovered a victim outside the restaurant with a gunshot wound to the head. The victim, identified as 48-year-old Anitra West, was rushed to Regional 1 Hospital, where she later died from her injuries.
A worker is shot at a Church's Chicken in Memphis overnight.
This happened at the Church's Chicken on Park Avenue near Simi's last night.
They say it happened over a food order. Daryl, get that.
A heated verbal dispute turned deadly at Church's Chicken at 2963 Park Avenue. They say the argument happened at this drive-through window behind me, then shots were fired. The employee.
Memphis police say Anitra West was shot while on the job at the Church's Chicken on Park Avenue in Orange Mound Monday. Interim Memphis Police Chief C.J. Davis said police are seeing more and more homicides stemming from arguments.
Police say an employee was working at the drive-through window. This woman with purple hair driving a teal compact SUV argued with the employee at the window. After the SUV drove off, police say the employee went outside of Church's to get some air. Just moments later, that SUV came back and shots were fired, hitting the employee. She was taken to the hospital where she died.
According to police reports, an argument ensued between an unidentified woman in a car and a worker at the drive-thru. A co-worker of the victim told police that the woman in the car argued with Anitra about not paying for food, but eventually drove off. Anitra, who they say was visibly upset, decided to step outside for some fresh air, at which point witnesses say they heard gunshots. Memphis police later identified Monica Williams as the suspect in the fatal shooting. A warrant was issued for Monica's arrest on the charge of first-degree in connection with Anitra's death.
This woman. Memphis police want to find her after an employee at a fast food restaurant was down.
Police say this woman, who police have not named, drove through the drive-thru and her and West argue. Investigators say the woman then drove away. West walked outside to get some air, then witnesses heard gunshots. An arrest warrant for 45-year-old Monica Williams announced Thursday.
We just got a 2963 Park. The churches, an employee has been shot.
The Shelby County DA's office has released updated photos of Monica Williams, who is now a wanted suspect for the murder of Anitra West. Lorenzo West Jr., Anitra's former husband, says anyone aiding Williams at this time should be convicted as well.
I'm just glad that they issued a warrant for her arrest. Like they need to issue a warrant for everybody that was hiding her or helping her not get caught.
Lorenzo says his family has known Williams since childhood.
I had family live directly down the street from where she grew up at, so like first cousins and stuff. So it's Orange Mound is a small community, It's very rare that people this age in our age group don't know each other, because we either went to elementary school, middle school, or high school together.
An affidavit stated that during the incident, Anitra was actually wearing earbuds, and Anitra's friend, who was on the line at the time, told police that she heard the entire argument, and Anitra identified the customer as a woman with purple hair. The friend also reported hearing the customer threaten Anitra, yelling out to her, "I'll kill you." The friend stayed on the phone with Anitra while she went outside. That's when Anitra told her that the same girl with the purple hair that she had just got into it with had just pulled back up in the parking lot. Anitra's friend said she could hear Anitra yell out, followed by a single shot. before the line went silent.
An arrest warrant for 45-year-old Monica Williams announced Thursday. Action News 5 has learned this isn't the first time Williams has been accused of committing a violent crime. Shelby County court records show she pled guilty to aggravated assault in 2009 for stabbing her boyfriend's child's mother and hitting her with a tree branch. Williams served 3 years behind bars.
Records show in 2009, Williams was convicted of an aggravated assault that happened 5 years prior. I got my hands on that report, and it details how Williams attacked a pregnant woman.
I felt like it had to have been some type of setup, to be honest, because how did she even have this big old Jason knife on her already?
Israel Britt Taylor says Monica Williams attacked her in Orange Mound in 2004. Britt Taylor says she was 8 months pregnant at the time. She says her son's father called her over to give her money. She says as she was driving away, Williams hit her car with a large tree branch.
She approached me. We was in an altercation. I'm trying to get her away from me, but I'm not gonna lie, I beat the, you know what? I fought her. I fought her up off me. Next thing I know, she was me. I didn't even know about this chick. And she told the detective she was willing to kill me for this guy. And I wasn't even dating my ex at the time. To see her do something like that, I was like, wow. And wow, I knew it was coming because she's always been wow.
Just to clear the air, I don't give a fuck about how nobody feel about me. Keep feeling it, bitch.
The morning after seeing a social media post, a woman contacted police and identified Monica Williams as the suspect. She said that Monica's car was still parked outside her house. Officers arrived at the woman's home and found Monica's car parked outside and would seize it for evidence. The woman told police that she and her 10-year-old son were inside Monica's car during the argument at the drive-thru, but they had been dropped off before the shooting and didn't realize what happened until the next day. The woman said that Anitra became upset when she found out they had 2 orders, so she told Monica to forget about the food since it had become a problem. The woman said Monica drove up to the window and canceled the order. She said that's when things became heated and the argument started. Monica then drove off, dropping her and her son off at home. But a couple hours later, Monica returned, packing an overnight bag, and she left without taking her car. But the woman said that she didn't find this unusual because Monica had been dating somebody and would often leave at night. The woman contacted police immediately when she saw the news the next morning. Lorenzo West, who was married to Anitra for about 16 years and shares a 12-year-old daughter with her, disputes the theory that this incident stemmed from a fast food order, saying he believes it was personal.
Family and friends of 48-year-old Anitra West describe her as a shiny light and a beautiful soul. She was on the job when she was killed last night.
It doesn't feel real, yet, because we hadn't been able to see her.
Lorenzo West's world will never be the same after the mother of his 12-year-old daughter and his high school sweetheart was killed.
I'm a better man because of her. And that's what would be missed the most, because everywhere she went, she impacted everybody.
Orange Mound residents rocked by this tragedy. Residents like Reverend Reginald Turner want leaders to take a look at permitless carry. He believes it's the contributor to violence in Memphis.
They need to realize we have made a big mistake. I know there's big money, I know there's a lot of different things, but we got to look over making money. Life is more important than money.
Lorenzo wants to set the record straight. He says he believes this stemmed from a personal argument, not a dispute over chicken.
I know Anitra was too important to be about some food. It wasn't about no food. It was something somebody took personal and couldn't let it go, And words get past. Once you get past words in Memphis, everybody knows how it turns out.
As for this 12-year-old who will now have to grow up without her mother, she has this message for the
And I hope you die and suffer in hell.
God says vengeance is mine, and turn yourself in, make it light on yourself, because you will be caught. Hopefully by the law enforcement and not the people that miss her.
After a week on the run, Monica would turn herself into police on Monday, July 15th.
The woman wanted for allegedly A church's chicken employee is now in custody.
MPD says 45-year-old Monica Williams turned herself in earlier today, days after a warrant was issued for her arrest for first-degree murder. Police say the shooting happened after the two got into an argument in the drive-thru over food. But we've since learned from the victim's family that West and Williams have known each other for years, and they believe the argument was personal in nature.
45-year-old Monica Williams got into an argument with church's employee Anitra West because Williams would not pay for her order. Initially, Williams drove off, and then West went outside to get some fresh air. At the same time, West was on her phone with a friend who heard West say Williams had come back and was threatening to kill her. That's when the friend heard a single shot and then the voices of terrified co-workers calling West's name.
Monica Williams, a first-degree murder suspect, was escorted back into Judge Bill Anderson's courtroom Wednesday. The 45-year-old spoke briefly with her attorney, Scott Hall.
I have been retained. Viewing the affidavit, I haven't seen any list of witnesses on this case, so we may be also making a motion to dismiss.
Williams, who has mostly appeared unemotional, could be seen wiping away tears before pulling down her mask, smiling, mouthing words, and finally giving her family an okay hand gesture.
We sending prayers up for the family and those affected by this tragic incident. You know, when I first learned of this story, I was thinking like, man, what made Anitra go outside? And I gotta be honest, my initial thoughts, knowing my people, I thought that maybe she went outside to fight. But after later reports came out and I learned that that wasn't the case, it's just sad that we react and the first thing we do is grab a gun. I mean, how can we expect others to exercise patience and restraint when it comes to us, when we have a hard time exercising patience and restraint amongst ourselves? But I don't know, man. Y'all let me know your thoughts down below. And if you haven't already and you digging the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel, because I got more videos coming. And I'm going to catch y'all in the next one.
Yikes, you be like, hey yo, what's the price? Yikes, when it come to me, I do nothing twice. Yikes, 223, got you taking.